right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a look at a new interview that has been put out by Carlos. All right. Now, if you know anything about my channel, we already did face comparison and eye comparison and a lot of stuff already on this channel having to do with the Nancy Guthrie case. So, we're going to look at a video of him doing an interview. Now, let me remind you, in this interview, he says what we thought he probably said in the first interview, that he's a delivery driver. He might have been in that area, all right? So now let's listen to some of the interview here of him explaining what happened and what was going on. All right. I posted it in chat and we'll take a look at it.
I'm from Rio Rico, as you can see, and it's Pima County Sheriff's.
And so what? How did this all start? How did they stop you here?
Know.
You were driving here,
Yeah,
or
my wife was driving.
Your wife was driving
because they were following me. And once I saw they were following me, I pulled over. They didn't even have to put a traffic stop or anything. I got off the car, and they arrested me as soon as I got off the car. They didn't even tell me what was going on until the detectives got here, like 2 hours before I got arrested. And then the detectives got here. It was the FBI agent in Santa Cruz County, and they told me I was being detained for kidnapping. And I asked them, like, well, kidnapping of who? And they told me this lady, I don't know her name. And
Nancy Guthrie?
Yeah, that's her. And I told them I work in Tucson for GLS. I might have delivered a package to your house, but I never kidnapped anybody. They hold me from like 4 to right now.
So it was about 4 o'clock, and they're holding you to right now. So after midnight.
Yeah.
Did they tell you anything? I mean, you're in the back of the truck.
They didn't tell me anything until right now. Like I said, like the beginning, they answered they wanted me to answer their questions, like where I was, what hours, and all that. And I answered the questions. And right now, all they told me is that I'm free to go.
So do you know? Had you heard of? And Danny, do you want us to come closer to you here? So we'll just walk. Sorry, I just want to clear this up because they're making a big stick.
Okay. What's your name, brother? Carlos.
Carlos?
Yeah.
I'm Ford. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
And Carlos, do you mind sharing your last name?
Nah,
no, you're good. Yeah. So Carlos. So walk me through it. They had you here. I know you just said it. Had you heard of Nancy Guthrie before tonight?
Never until today.
Never until today.
Yeah.
So
I didn't. They told me I watched the news and I Googled her number or her name and I prove it to me, and they couldn't prove it to me. Like they didn't have no it was insufficient evidence. Like they only had a phone on me. That's all they had. And supposedly I was at her house, but like I said, I work delivering packages for GLS. I might have delivered a package to her house,
but didn't kidnap anybody.
No.
So what's going through your head when they're telling you kidnapped somebody?
Shit, bro, I'm facing life. I'm gonna lose everything.
And so they have all this. They detain you. You're here for hours, and what did they just tell you?
That I'm free to go.
Free to go.
Yeah, and Pima County, they already cleared me, but the FBI, they might not, or something like that. I don't know. I'm still like.
So Pima County's let you go. They said the FBI may be in contact with you or something like that.
They didn't say something like that. They just the detective in charge right here. I don't remember his name. He told me that they're not looking into me no more, but somebody else might.
Okay. Obviously, you said you hadn't followed this news. This is big, major news. It's Nancy Guthrie, who's her daughter is Savannah Guthrie, who hosts the Today Show on NBC. So it's been big news. She's been missing for more than a week. So they have put out, the Pima County Sheriff's Department put out that they had detained a person of interest. And I guess that's you?
I guess so.
How do you feel about that? People are watching this all over. I mean,
I'm not happy.
I'll show you here. Look, this is what they put out earlier. He's just getting a shot.
South of Tucson. I wasn't stopped at south of Tucson.
So I guess south of Tucson is where you are here in Rio Rico?
I guess so.
And so, yeah, that went out everywhere. And you see, you know, they got all sorts of people talking about it.
Yeah, no, well, I'm innocent. I'll let you know that.
Yeah, that's just
that. I didn't do anything. Like I said, I didn't even know what was going on until the FBI and the Pima County detective arrived, and they told me, well, you're being detained for kidnapping, and all of a sudden they read me my Miranda rights. Now you're being under arrest. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
And now free to go.
Yeah, now I'm free to go.
Oh man, what a night, huh?
Bro, tell me about it.
And your family. Yeah, here. So we'll just walk. Sorry, I just want to clear this up because they're making a big stick.
Okay.
What's your name, brother?
Carlos.
Carlos.
Yeah.
I'm Ford. It's a
Nice
pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
And Carlos, you mind sharing your last name?
Nah, I'm
No,
good.
you're good.
Yeah.
So Carlos. So walk me through it. They had you here. I know you just said it. Had you heard of Nancy Guthrie before
Nah,
tonight?
Never until today.
Never until today.
Yeah.
So
I didn't. They told me I watched the news and I googled her number or her name and I prove it to me, and they couldn't prove it to me. Like they didn't have no.
All right. He is saying that the police told him that Carlos Googled Mrs. Nancy's name and something about Google. But he said they couldn't prove it to him. All right. Now they did take his phone. Now let's listen to what else he's saying, because I think he says in this video that he could have been at their house, but all they had was a phone ping. Right? He did have his phone or something like that, he was saying. So let's listen to a little bit more of this.
It was insufficient evidence. Like they only had a phone on me. That's all they had, and supposedly I was at.
All right. Now he says all they had on him was the phone. So now could that be all the evidence that they had on him was just phone? They have nothing else. Meaning they have pings of his house or him being at that house or maybe looking it up before the murders or a kidnapping or whatever. So that's very interesting because that's what he just said, you know. Is he's telling this guy, the only thing they got on me is my phone. Okay? So that's what he's saying. They don't have no other blood. They don't have nothing else but his phone. And he just came out and said the police said that he was looking something up on Google, but the only thing they got on him right now is his phone.
Her house, but like I said, I work delivering packages for GLS. I might have delivered a package to her house.
but didn't kidnap anybody?
No.
Now, here's the thing. He is a package delivery guy, right? So they would know, his company would know if Mr. Carlos knew that property and has been there many of times to where they told him, hey, that's Nancy Guthrie's house. That's you're delivering to a famous woman, so you best get it right. I wonder if they told him that he knew. And he's also admitting that he possibly might have delivered a package there before. But see, his work would have logs of all this. If they were constantly getting packages and he was delivering them all the time, then he probably knew that little lady, or not personally, but met her before to sign for a package, whatever, or seen her getting a package when he showed up or whatever. So that's very interesting.
So what's going through your head when they're telling you kidnapped somebody?
Shit, bro, I'm facing life. I'm gonna lose everything.
And so they have all this. They detain you. You're here for hours. And what did they just tell you?
That I'm free to go.
Free to go.
Yeah, and Pima County, they already cleared me, but the FBI, they might not or something like that. I don't know. I'm still like
So Pima County's let you go. They said the FBI may be in contact with you
no,
or
they
something like
didn't
that.
say something like that. They just the detective in charge right here. I don't remember his name. He told me that they're not looking into me no more, but somebody else might.
Okay. Obviously, you said you hadn't followed this news. This is big, major news.
Now, that's also interesting. And why I say that is why would the police give them heads up that, hey, we're done with you here, but there's the other people might be coming to see you, right? Why would they let him know that, hey, there's a chance FBI is going to come talk to you and yada, yada, yada? Don't you think they would keep that quiet? Oh, you're free to go. Meaning he's free to go because maybe, you know, uh, they want to see what's going on. Maybe. I think it's stupid technique to tell them, hey, we're releasing you. You have nothing to do with this. We're done with you, but there might be other people looking into you. FBI, whatever. And he's saying that's what the one officer told him before he left.
It's Nancy Guthrie, who's
her
her daughter is Savannah Guthrie, who hosts the Today Show on NBC. So it's been big news. She's been missing for more than a week. So they have put out, the Pima County Sheriff's Department put out that they had detained a person of interest. And I guess that's you.
I guess so.
How do you feel about that? People are watching this all over. I mean,
I'm not happy.
I'll show you here. Look, this is what they put out earlier. He's just getting a shot.
South of Tucson. I was just stopped at South of Tucson.
So I guess south of Tucson is where you are here in Rio Rico.
I guess so.
And so yeah, that went out everywhere, and you see, they got all sorts of people talking about it.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm innocent. I'll let you know that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that. I didn't do anything. Like I said, I didn't even know what was going on until the FBI and the Pima County detective arrived, and they told me, well, you're being detained for kidnapping, and all of a sudden they read me my Miranda rights. Now you're being under arrest. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
And now free to go.
Yeah, now I'm free to go.
Oh man, what a night, huh?
Bro, tell me about it.
And your family's doing all right? You got to see them?
Well, they broke into my in-laws' house. Now we gotta go to
Hello, Miss ATS News. How are you doing tonight? I thought you were going live tonight, but I seen your post and it said tomorrow, so I was looking all over the dang place for a while for your live. I thought you went live without me again. I don't blame you, but okay, here's the thing. We're going to watch one more interview with Carlos, but if, as the title says or the description, Carlos has not been cleared of this case. He brought his lawyer up and everything. They did that press release, and still today, his name has not been cleared. And that is very interesting. I mean, I think we're going to see, like we've seen in the Delphi case and the Summer Wells case, where these people are saying they're cleared, but really they're not cleared of the case. Hold on a minute.
Delivery driver was detained for 8 hours in connection with the kidnapping of Nancy Guthrie, but he says he never even heard of Nancy or her famous TV anchor daughter, Savannah.
How do you feel right now? How you doing?
So good. Not so good. My family's terrified right now.
Had you heard of Nancy Guthrie or Savannah Guthrie?
Not.
Carlos Palazuelos says he was out making a DoorDash food delivery with his wife on Highway 19 when he saw cops following him.
Oh my God. ATS News. Are you seeing this? Watch. Hold on a minute. Are you seeing this? Look at this. JLR. I don't know what's wrong with that dude. He is good at what he does, but didn't you remember, Miss ATS News, when JLR was driving around? JLR came up upon this car and he stopped and he started looking in the car with his camera as the police were going through this car, but someone told him it was just a regular stop. And if JLR would have stayed there and recorded them going through the car, that was actually the perp's car. That's Carlos's car. And JLR listened to his chat people, or the people he was listening to, and he drove off. He drove off and didn't stick around and see the whole car being gone through, because they went through the whole car right there. They tore everything out of that car right there. And that would have been the money shot.
Quick stop happened in Rio Rico, 10 miles from the Mexican border and 60 miles south of Tucson, where Nancy Guthrie was abducted. Rio Rico is a small rural town, population 19,000.
While Carlos was in police custody, his home here in Rio Rico was raided by law enforcement. They also searched his other vehicle, this delivery van. Did they damage your home at all?
Yeah, they broke the door of this one.
Did they ransack the home at all?
Yes, they did.
They went through all the.
Yes, they did.
His stunned mother-in-law says police told her they were actually searching for Nancy Guthrie inside her home. According to reports, they were executing a search warrant signed by a judge.
I told them you can go in and search the house. There's nobody there. I have nothing to hide.
So why did cops zero in on Carlos Palazuelos? He says it was an anonymous tip and that someone reported that he looked like the masked suspect at Nancy Guthrie's the night she was kidnapped.
But they thought you looked like that person in the
That's
video?
what they told my mother-in-law. They said that my eyes and my eyelashes look the same.
He says after 8 hours, cops told him he was clear, but his name and image have gone worldwide. Today, he wants an apology.
Well, here's the thing. When Carlos first got interviewed, he told people, if I heard it correctly, that they showed a photo of him supposedly to one of his family members, and one of his family members said it looked like Carlos, the same eyelashes or whatever. Now, whoever reported him, I don't know, but his story at first was it was a family member of his that told the police it might look like him or something. So, still to this day, he has not been cleared. Although he has been on TV with his lawyer and everything asking to be cleared, they still have his phone, supposedly, and they haven't cleared him. Now, we also heard him say, now whether it was unconsciously or consciously, or maybe we're just trying to connect dots, but he did say in the second or the very first, when he came out of the police station, they interviewed him. Okay. After that, he did another interview in front of his house. That's when he said that someone showed a photo of it, or one of his family members might have reported him or something like that. Now, I don't know if that's true, but in the very first video, he said he might have been there. And the only thing they got on him right now is his phone, which makes sense because they wouldn't have DNA back. They wouldn't have real evidence back from the labs and all that. So the only thing that they would have to maybe connect some kind of a dot was his phone. Now, we know this, his work keeps logs of every package he delivers. Now, let's see what delivery company that is. Let's play this back.
Delivery van.
And here is the delivery van that he supposedly works for. Now, all right, now we got something to work with. Now, would you be able to transport a body in that van? Well, that's very possible. Very possible. Do you take the chance of using your own vehicle, or do you use your work vehicle? And the reason why the lights, he might have rolled up with no headlights on. If he's been there, there's logs of him delivering packages at Mrs. Guthrie's house. So for him to say, I don't know who this lady is or even her name, is a lie. Because if he is delivering packages out there, then he knows whose exact name and address is on the package that he's delivering. So that would be a lie also. Now maybe he's but everyone is innocent until proven guilty. But on camera he said, well, maybe I was out there and I delivered a package there before. And the police told him that they had him looking up on Google her name and address and everything. So that don't make sense. And then he said, the only thing they got on me right now is my phone, which makes sense because they wouldn't have any real evidence back yet. But if they have a phone ping of him there, I don't know if that night, maybe they have Google, they have something. They might have told him the reason they picked him up is because someone said he looked like him, but they were lying. The reason they picked him up is because they might have got a tip, but I'm sure they checked into his account. Now, you have to remember, time has gone by now. Over a week. So they might have went ahead and had his name. Maybe someone did report him, but then they started looking into his data, watching his account. And that's probably where they saying, hey, you looked up her name, you did this, you do that. That's why we came and got you. Plus your phone might have pinged around there, I would guess. Hello, Kel. So that's the package delivery company, GLS. I don't know if they deliver for Amazon, documents. Now, we know this much. We did see a vehicle in Mrs. Guthrie's driveway that was carrying out massive amounts of documentation, papers, boxes and boxes of paperwork. Why? Did you see that, Miss ATS News, where they were loading up a vehicle with paperwork from her house? Why what were all them documents? So they got Carlos when he comes out of the police station, right? They interview him right away before he even gets home. He gets home, and all the reporters and everything are already there waiting, right? So he does his other interview. After he gets out of the police station, he gets home. He comes out of the door. And he's given an interview, right? Now this is not even. I can't remember how. Okay, this is this photo here. Okay, he gets home. He's doing this interview. All right. This is the interview where he said he had no idea that maybe somebody in his family showed a photo or something like that, and someone said something and reported it, and he was picked up, right? All right, so let's look at something. Yeah, this guy. Yeah. So as of now, all they have is his phone, supposedly. And he's been on. Hold on, I'm looking for another photo here real quick. Hold on a minute. I hope you guys couldn't see all that. Hold on, I'm trying to do something here. All right, let's change this here. Okay, hold on a minute, folks. Let me close this. All right, so Carlos gets home. He's doing this other report, right? And they're saying he's explaining himself, right? Now, how long is this after the abduction? Okay, how long is it between the abduction and him getting arrested? I'm not sure, but if we go ahead and we blow up this photo, I can see what they're trying to say. Well, his face looks like it. That's true. His eyes look like that is true also. It does. His eyebrows and even the mark that we're seeing on his lip matches the photo. Now, it don't mean it's him. Okay, but I don't know how long this was after this altercation, but that's a nail mark underneath his eye, it looks like, which we went through this a couple weeks ago. Now, I don't know if they caught that. I don't know if they did that during the arrest or not. Or if that looks like it's already starting to heal up. So is it possible that there was some kind of a struggle? Maybe, possible. But he's, as of now, all they got is his phone, he's saying. That's all they got. which is very interesting. Kelt, if you're in chat, Miss ATS News, does that look like a fingernail mark? Right here, right here, where this mark is right here. To me, that looks like a fingernail gouge, like someone fingernail. Maybe his mother or one of his family members found out what happened or what he did, and they attacked him. Now, he said the police didn't attack him or didn't do anything. Right? They didn't beat him up. They just pulled him out of the car, put him in the squad car, took him to jail, didn't do anything violent to him or anything. So we know the police didn't do that. We know that much. But to me, it looks like a fingernail scar or something. I mean, I could be wrong. Now, is it possible they... Oh, I wonder if the police took a photo of that. If it is a fingernail mark, I wonder if the police took a photo of that. All right, hold on. Let's pull up another photo of masked guy again. All right, hold on a minute. Let me look for that other mask photo I had downloaded. All right, here we go. All right, hold on a minute, folks. All right, let's pull this up now. All right, here's Mask Guy, right? Now, yeah, it kind of looks like him, but... And here's that scar or something interfering with that mustache, whether it be a pimple, a blister, whatever, a scar. But right, I don't know if you can see where right here. Let me see if I can zoom in more on this. Now look at there's like his mustache is coming straight across, right? But right here, there's no hair there. He's got straight kind of lips, straight lip on the top. All right, you guys see that? So we have this marking here on his lip, right? Here's the mask coming around this way. And then his lips are down here. And then you got where the mustache is coming straight across. But in this area right here, there's no hair, like a scar. All right, let's back out of there one more time. Let me open up another one of a different photo, which we already did a video on this, showing all this. But I just want to make sure they got the right guy, right? We all do. And these people are innocent until proven guilty. All right, now we're going to zoom in on Carlos. This is Carlos's face, my friends. And what do we see? Well, we see that straight mustache that comes across. And we see missing hair right here, so, or maybe right here, depending how his lips were. Now, is it a match? I don't know. We're just YouTube couch potatoes. But there's a marking on the mask guy that was in the ringtone, and there's a marking there on Carlos right here. Now let's go back to the other mask photo real quick. And we see the same kind of thing here. Can you see that, Colt? But the only thing I'm noticing with this is Carlos has a line down the center of his mustache. Now, what does it look like if he don't shave? I don't know. Does that area fill in? I don't know. Now, let's take a look at one more thing here as another suspect in this case. In the beginning was Dominic. And if we zoom in, looks like Dominic shaved his mustache off, but this might be an older photo of Dominic. And what do we also see on Dominic is that marking right there that we're seeing. And he's got them straight lips that come across. So very interesting. Can you folks see that? Now, I'm not sure. It's possible. It might be. Who knows? I don't know. We also have one more suspect to look at. Hold on a minute. You guys watch the little doggy slave. Check this out. Here we come, walking down the street. Got upon his love song. Hold on a minute. I'm looking for it, folks. Give me a minute here. Now, this is a different suspect. I forget his name. Was it Luke something or? This is his mouth. Now, I don't see a scar up here or anything like that. And his lips, he's got them bumps like the W or an M. So, yeah, he does have the Fu Manchu, the soul patch or whatever. And it does look like if he don't shave, he might have one of them unibrow mustaches. But I'm not seeing a scar or anything here. So, could it be up here in this area? Now, them are serious matches to the eyes. Yeah, the eyes look sort of like it, and the eyebrows. Possible, very possible. It could be him too. It could have been more than one. They might just be doing their jobs right, and they're going through all the people that deliver to Mrs. Guthrie's. And Carlos happened to be one of them delivery places that delivered to her. Does he have similar features? Yes. So I can see how people might have reported him. That's true. That's why once he came out as a suspect, everybody started examining him and going through him. Now, in a case like that, he would think that, you would have to think, well, that's normal. People are going to think if he's truly innocent, he's got nothing to worry about. Right? He's come on TV and said he wants his name cleared. And I don't know. If the only thing they have is him delivering packages, then his phone probably would ping in that area. Now, I don't know if he was in that area at night, meaning the night of this, Carlos might have had his phone on, and it was close to that area. And that phone then was disconnected, and the phone didn't come on again for a certain amount of time. And when the phone did come on, it was in a different location. So that also would make Carlos suspicious. I'm just saying, right? If the police are doing their jobs right and they're looking at, well, it could be pool people, it could be a delivery guy, a family, friends, whatever, and they start going through the people that have delivered packages there, and they come across Mr. Carlos Pelos, and they see, oh, we got a phone ping here. And now they start examining his whole phone. And then they say, oh, well, look it, he's right here at this time. And it would in a close perimeter, a mile, 5 miles away, 10 miles away, and his phone shuts off. And then this stuff happens. And then his phone pings again, but later on in a different place. So maybe that would give them enough suspicion to look at him. Now, if I remember correctly, the guy we're looking at now is some guy named Luke something, or Luke Daly, I believe his name is. And he has a match too for eyebrows and eyes. The lips, not so much. Eyes, yes. All right, so we're going to look one more time at Carlos. And then Dominic. Now, folks, what you're seeing is not the way Mr. Carlos might have looked the night of, if, let's just say, he had something to do with it. Well, he might, this is like a week after, 2 weeks after, or whatever, they pick him up. So he would have had time to shave and manicure his eyes and his eyebrows and all that, and look different. That's true. And that's definitely true. Now, and I hate to say, Mr. Carlos Pelos, until the police come out and say you're cleared, sir, no offense, sir, you're innocent until proven guilty, but you're a suspect. And it's like that with every one of these YouTube cases. Until the police say, we have the guy, this is the guy that did it. Then you're cleared, right? When the police come out, or FBI, and they say, this is the guy, he acted alone, no one else, then you're clear, sir. Unless you are innocent, and the police should then come out and say, Carlos has nothing to do with it. I would love to hear what you ladies think or dudes think in chat or in the description. Yeah, I would think so. But what I don't understand is, why would the police let him know when he left, hey, we're done with you, right? Why didn't they give him his phone back? That's my question, folks. If they released him, don't you think it only takes 20 minutes, if anything, to get the data off of the phone? Don't you think they would have gave him his phone back and said, here you go, you're innocent? But they said he said when he came out of there, they kept his phone. Well, there you go. Now, he did admit he might have been there before delivering packages, but why would he come out and tell the reporter that the police said that they picked him up and he was looking up, they know that he was looking up the name on Google. And yada, yada, yada. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. This is what's concerning me, is I hope they questioned him about this mark above his eye. Any investigator would have been, oh, well, what happened there? Well, it looks like we got a little cut or something, or is that like a scar or overlapping of? But see, he don't have anything like that over here on the other side of his eye. Well, you think they would have looked at Kelt, does that look like a nail mark to you? Let me zoom in. Oh, wrong one. Hold on, let me zoom in here. No, be honest. Be honest with me. To me, it looks like there's a nail mark right here. Now, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that looks like a nail mark. Right in the corner of his eye right there. Now, if it was from something else, don't you think he would say that? I was playing with my kid or whatever, or ran into something or whatever. I mean, I just would like some confirmation myself to say what I think it looks like to me is a nail mark. Like somebody scratched him in the eye. Tried to gouge his eye out or something. I wonder if Mrs. Guthrie had fingernails at all. I mean, if she, if they're saying what they're saying, that she went home, she went to bed, she was in bed, and they took her, from what they think, or someone took her, went in the house, maybe a robbery, whatever. Did anyone ever think that maybe this little old lady was sleeping, and someone came in, and maybe, just maybe, in the dark, if she's sleeping in her bedroom, whatever, he comes in there and he goes to do something. She hears him, gets up. It's dark. She can't see too good. And he does something, grabs her, whatever, and she reacts in the dark and starts clawing, trying to get away, whatever it is, and catches him with a fingernail in the eye. Didn't they say something that they had 2 DNAs there, blood or something? Now, would that bleed? I would imagine that might have bled. And that could have been done after the camera. He goes and gets rid of the camera in the front yard and then goes around and breaks into the house or whatever, or goes in the back. And then goes in the house and does whatever, robbery, doesn't realize she's home. She spooks him. He reacts, grabs her, whatever. She reacts and eyeballs him with her fingernail. And then they leave. Possibly that's why, if whoever did it, whatever, if it is Carlos on camera, once again, these people are innocent till proven guilty. We wouldn't have seen any blood or anything. That probably there would have bled a little bit. Looks like a fingernail mark, kind of deep. I mean, I could be wrong. Yeah, we compared him also. That is Dominic, which I have Dominic right here. This is Dominic. Now, he does have that mark on his lip that we're seeing in the video. And he does have similar eyes and eyebrows. Now, like Debbie Fox was saying, whoever did this could have trimmed their eyebrows and they would have grew back. He does have that mark on his lip that we're seeing in Mask Guy. Well, if you notice in the video of or the photo of the Mask Guy, he's got straight lips. They got real straight lips, not one, pretty straight. Yeah, he's got the nose shape. He's got the eyes, the eyebrows, also that are similar. So You know, the government, excuse me, is saying they have 3 suspects. Well, maybe there was maybe there was a lot of people involved. I mean, if you're going to do a kidnapping of a high profile person, there's probably 9 out of 10 times a lot of people involved or that know about it, right? I don't know, maybe. Well, Kel said he's Hispanic right off. Well, the guy in the video looks more lighter Hispanic or something, right? A lighter color skin. So that's why Dominic looks more like that, because of the lighter color skin, which we're looking at right now. But being that he was real close to the camera and it was bright, that also would have made somebody that was probably a darker color look whiter, possibly. Being that the light was like illuminating their face and shining back. So that's possible. But Dominic also has characters and features of this. So it's possible. You know? Yeah. But hey, we're only going off what the government gave us, or what the press released. Now all these people are innocent until proven guilty, but this is what we're reporting on. These are the people they put out. No, it's not meant in any racial way. My God, these people are, you know what? Are African American people racist? They go around calling themselves racist names. It's not racial or anything. This has nothing to do with race to us. Maybe to other people, they'll play the race card, but not to us. Cal, you're fine. But we haven't heard of Dominic being picked up or questioned, have we? We haven't. We haven't heard of that. Carlos, Luke Daly, Dominic, we haven't heard of being questioned or picked up. So Dominic, Carlos is the one they swatted. I haven't heard. Dominic might have got swatted. The guy we're looking at right now is Dominic. The band member guy's name was Dominic. And he had a direct connection to Tomoso. Maybe Tomoso left the band and everyone got mad because they had a record deal they were going to sign, and Tomoso said, "I refuse to sign." And it went bad, and they maybe, who knows? That was Carlos. Carlos was the one that said that it terrorized his kids and wife. Maybe his wife did that to him after she found out what was going on. He was questioned or whatever. Maybe Carlos's mother did that to him, right? Once he got home, she put the boot to his butt, or once he got home, and she might have figured out, or a family member might have figured out something was going on, and they put the whooping down on him. But I don't know. Carlos is the guy with the fingernail mark above his eye. The band member guy that you're looking at in the papers is this guy that we're looking at right now, Kel. This is Dominic. So there is articles out about Dominic being swatted. I don't know. I haven't seen no articles yet on Dominic. Carlos was the only one I think we seen on camera being swatted. All right, hold on a minute. Kelp posted something. Let's check this out. So, how do you get these dang ads to go up? I don't like these news things because they got all this crap all over. Every time you go to try and do something, these dang ads pop up. All right, Kel, we are reading it right now. Teacher in band with Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law says his home was mobbed by ghouls, accused him of abducting her, leaving his son 6 petrified. So are they getting Carlos mixed up with Dominic? Because Carlos is the one that had the kid. All right, let me scroll down here. This is crazy. How do you get rid of all these effing ads? This is so stupid with these ads on this. All right, Kel, bandmate of Nancy Guthrie's. I could barely read it. The dang thing's so small. Son-in-law said his home was mobbed by social media who falsely believed he was a suspect. So what are they saying here? Was it Tomas? Or was it Dominic they're talking about? Dominic Evans, 48, an elementary school teacher and drummer in a band with Tomas, but he wasn't a drummer. He was a guitar player. Well, see, they got this whole thing messed up. Dominic wasn't the drummer. The drummer was a white dude. Not unless they got rid of Dominic and hired that white dude that we seen. But maybe he was the drummer. I thought he was the guitar player when the video we seen, but that might not have been of Carlos. They might have got rid of, or of Dominic. They might have got rid of him band. Why is the news doing that to him? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but I thought he was the guitar player and singer from the interview that I seen, the video I seen. Oh, when this all happened, it showed Tommaso's band and Dominic, supposedly. And Tomas was playing the guitar or playing the bass. And I thought Dominic, they said it was Dominic playing the guitar and singing, and it looked like a white dude on the drums. Very interesting. All right, can you see to that tab? Does this still show up? Because when I click over to the other tab, it's bigger. I can see that, I can read it then. But can you guys still hear me when I click over to another tab like this? Can you still hear my voice? Just put yes. Or no, whatever. Boy, I'll tell you, they're really using this freezer. spells or magic on me today because nothing is working. Headphones keep going out, or either the microphone. You can still hear. All right, I'm going to switch it over here. All right, it says bandmate of Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law has said his home, so Tomas's home, was raided because Dominic ain't the son-in-law. So bandmate of Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law has said his home was mobbed by social media sleuths who falsely believed he was a suspect in the abduction. Dominic Evans, 48, an elementary school teacher and drummer in the band with Tomas, said his life was turned upside down when he was innocently named online as a person of interest. He told the New York Times that his families were left fearing for their lives when a mob showed up at his house and demanded he be arrested despite police sharing no police evidence linking him to the 84-year-old. Wow, this is crazy. Why would they even, the only link apparently to be a picture of a unidentified suspect wearing a mask outside Nancy's home on the night she vanished early hours on February. Someone online claimed matched Evans' eyes. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to blame all it. They're trying to get somebody they can sue, which we have now a media scam that we're going to be checking into where, where did we get Dominic Evans from? JLR. Right? JLR said he thought it was Tomas and the bandmates. And he showed a photo of Dominic, which that's the photo I'm showing you. That's the photo we showed you. That was all from internet sleuths. All these photos are from internet sleuths that we've been showing. We all, just because somebody says, well, it's a match. Well, sure, it was a match. They look similar. Right? There's also a scar on the lip or whatever, and the lips and everything were a match to a couple of these guys. Now, we're not professionals, ladies and gentlemen. We're just YouTubers, couch potato sleuths. All we can do is point them into, the eyes look similar, the lips, to people that look like it. That don't mean, oh my God, we're going to sue these people and all that. It's public domain. Are you telling me investigating this case, I've stumbled onto a massive suing ring where these people pick out people? All right, we're going to say, tell them to say this, show them this photo. And then he's going to do a video on it. And then we can say, oh, look it was him. We can sue these people. No, it don't work that way, folks. And I wouldn't doubt it if these people might have done witchery or sorcery to advance themselves in the music business. I got somebody trespassing on me or doing something. Even my voice is starting to sound different. So none of this makes sense that these people are putting out. The teacher said his son was with his grandmother when the abuse began on February 10th. And the mob outside his home forced a 6-year-old to spend his first evening night away from his parents because they were too afraid to leave their home. They're saying it was all night looking through the windows, trying to not let any light out of our home, Evans said. Wife added, describing herself as a scared, numb by the situation. Evans said that he was briefly interviewed by investigators about the disappearance, and the Times said he was often near tears as he recounted the experience of being hounded by social media sleuths. He says he feels like someone has taken his name and asked for what reason he was targeted. He responded, I don't know. Monetarily clickbait to believe entertainment, but there are no innocent people that get hurt. Ooh, here's a new photo. Oh, there's the band. And there is Dominic right in the front. Wow, I wonder if I can download this photo and then zoom in. That's a recent one, right? Look at, he looks totally different than the other photo. Wow. Wow. I don't know. There's Tomoso. Tomoso. Yeah, he looks totally different. That's Dominic right in front. Very interesting. Very interesting. I want to see if I can get in close and see if what kind of lips and face he's got. We're looking for straight lips, pretty straight lip on top, straight lip on top, I say. All right, let me back out of here. What the computer's going to do when I try and download this photo. I don't want you folks seeing any of my evidence. All right, hold on a minute now. Let me see if I can do something here. Oh, dang it. I hope I didn't mess up. Son of a gun, did I just mess up? No, I didn't. All right, hold on, Kel. I'm trying to figure something out here. Hold on, I'm seeing if I can pull up. I tried to download that photo. I don't know if it'll work or not. We're going to see here real quick. When It's your eyes like a bigger piece of pie is amore. Hate when this don't work. I don't think it worked. Hold on a minute. That didn't work. Hold on a minute. Why didn't that work? Everything else you would like to talk about, John. Let me see what Magnificent Higginbotham Muslim said. And that picture to your collection of hot dudes. No. What is wrong with you, Melissa Higginbotham Botham? It's obvious you got problems. Hold on, I'm trying to find this. Dang it, it won't let me do it. It'll let me download it, but it will not. Here's a photo a little closer. So that's Dominic in the middle. What are you looking for? A baby what? I would like to have a baby one. A baby what? Armadillo. Oh, an armadillo? That sucks, but at least you tried. Yeah. It might. I just might be doing it the wrong way, but there's Dominic and Tomoso, right? Dominic is right here. All right, here's some more photos. Mamma mia. Mamma mia, look at this. So they're comparing Dominic now to it. Wow, very, very close. Very, very close. Let's move on to the next photo. And some two skinny guys trying to look cool. Well, maybe. Very interesting. Let's see what this video is. Sweet Jesus, that. What the heck?
It's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken, and I just wanted to come on and say that we still have hope, and we still believe. And I wanted to say to whoever has her or knows where she is, that it's never too late. And you're not lost or alone. And it is never too late to do the right thing. And we are here. And we believe. And we believe in the essential goodness of every human being. And it's never too late.
I don't know who she's probably talking to, though.
Shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract.
Oh, Jesus. You click on something and everything goes crazy. Mamma mia. All right, so there we go with that, folks. My heart goes out to the family. Very sad situation. Now look at little Sophia sleeping like a baby. I really think she loves it here. She's spoiled like crazy. When she ain't sleeping, I'm either holding her or feeding her. Cal, somebody's doing a spin out down the road from you. You can hear it. Be safe. That's what's wrong with the world. I understand. I was younger. I used to have a car and hot rod or whatever. Do spin outs and everything and donuts and but then I realized there's a place for that. And it's called a racetrack. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. I've been up all night, going out of my head. Beep. I'm looking for something else to see what we can see on you. You see my camera glitch like that? That's freezer spells that these witches and warlocks been putting on. Witches and warlocks and oh my. Debbie, we miss you. Celt misses you, Debbie. If you're out there somewhere in the ether lands, Celt misses you. And the only reason I think anybody is missing her because she has voodoo dolls of she, everybody is afraid of her because they're afraid that she'll have a voodoo doll made. And she'll be poking us to death with needles. I am being nice. She's already come out to the whole world and said she had a Johnny voodoo doll. But she was just joking. She was just joking with it. That voodoo stuff don't work at all. Ow! Cut it out, Debbie. I'm not going to sit here all night and hit myself in the head with a microphone like I did last time under your control of your fake voodoo doll. Excuse me. I would like to see it. No. You want to see the voodoo doll that she made of me? I don't think she made it. It's just a little doll she bought at the store, but she knows I don't like voodoo stuff and magic. So every night she knows I'm scared of it, so she goes ahead and, I mean, I'm not scared of it, but she uses it in her advantage to make me do what she wants. She might stick a needle somewhere. I know she did that before. It hurt like crazy. Yeah, I was begging her, please, please, you're the only woman that's beautiful in this world. And she was like, I think it was like she went crazy. I was on the ground for like 3 days. You know, just bleeding through whatever. I don't know. I felt like my life was dwindling away. The voodoo doll? I don't know what you're talking about. Not it. I mean the voodoo doll. I don't know what. That's all I showed you was the voodoo doll. It's not a voodoo doll. I think she's just playing games. I hope. I don't know. It felt like she was burning something the other day. Probably my gonads. She's just being playful. Not bad. Oh, that's playful. Hi, Johnny. I made something today. You want to see it? It's a doll I made of you. What? Look it. See it? I'm like, yeah, it's cool, ain't it? She's like, look what happens when I stick this pin in it. And she's like, stuck the pin. Son of a. She's like, you'll do what I tell you to do now, won't you? I was like, oh, Jesus, please save me. She's like, you are now mine. And ever since, I've been doing whatever she says. Ever since then. All right, I think we've seen enough of the Nancy Guthrie case. My heart goes out to the family. Now, just because we think it's a match, right? A lot of people watch my channel. We were the first one that came out and talked about the fingernail mark and the eye matches on these guys. As JLR went on, boots on the ground, we went ahead and back-checked the photos that Mr. JLR put out, which I believe Mr. JLR had a hunch. And maybe that hunch paid off, but I did the video on comparing the eyes, the lips, and the fingernail mark above his eye. But it's a team. There is no I in team. It's all of us working together. Now, I would gladly go ahead, and if the government asked me my opinion on it, I would say yes, they're similar. I can't, without having DNA or something other than just that. Yes, the eyes are similar. The mouth, the scar. But that don't mean it's definitely the guy. It's a match. You know, the eyes are the same and everything, but I can't say it is because, you know, we can't see through a mask. No, I wasn't okay with anything. What are they saying? Bum Des or burn Des? Burn who? And you were totally okay with that. I don't know what you mean. Are you stoned right now, Cal? No, I wasn't okay with any. Well, I was okay with the photo. I would say yes. It's their eyes and their eyebrows, maybe their lips are similar. The marking on their lips of the two suspects are similar to what we're seeing in the photo. I would, if the government asked me my opinion, I would say yes, it's similar, very similar. Almost you could say it's a match, but I can't see behind the mask the other facial expressions. We're going off of eyes. Now we've already pulled up 3 people: Dominic, Luke, and Carlos, who all 3 had similar eyes to Mask Man. Now, it just so happens if the government or someone higher up was watching my video when I did that video and they made the call, then I'll back them on that. And I will say it is a similar match, and they had the right to pick up these guys. You know, I would say that in you know, if they were asking me, yes, I would say yes. I would have picked up them guys too for questioning, because you know, it looks like their eyes and their mouths and stuff. So I can see why the government did pick them up for questioning. You know, you can't get mad because, and even Carlos said, well, I thought Carlos said in the beginning that they showed the photo to one of his family members or ex-family members or something, and they said it looked like him. But now he says that it was someone else, a YouTuber, that called in a tip saying that it was a match. So maybe somebody was watching our video and seen it and called in and said it looks like a match. Now, can anybody get in trouble for that? I wouldn't think so. You know, not when the government and the police are coming out and the family asking us for help. You know, but now we're dealing with a lot of other stuff that's playing effect in this, and it might be witchery, sorcery, and demonic stuff. Maybe meth fueled or whatever. maybe. Why would they put out a there's no proof of anything that Dominic is saying. There's no proof of social media outside of his house. The only proof we got is whoever wrote that article is saying, oh, Dominic got swatted. I didn't see anything on the news. Being swatted is not having social media show up at your house. That's not being swatted. Swatted is SWAT rolls in and they come in your house like Carlos. They pull you over and take you down to the police station, right? For questioning. Social media showing up in your front door is not being swatted. I've seen no footage of Dominic and his house being swatted. Let me tell you something. We also didn't have all this social media that Dominic claimed was in front of his house. Where are the photos of Dominic in his house? There ain't none. Yeah, JLR, Kelt. JLR should have stuck with the vehicle, Carlos's vehicle. JLR was right there filming it. He's like, should we film this? Inside, they're tearing apart the car. They were starting to go through his Carlos's car. And I was saying, we were streaming them. And I was on my channel saying, stay with the car. That's the perp's car. But JLR, someone messaged him and told him to go on. And he took off. They were just starting to pull everything out of the car. And JLR took off. I would have stayed there and filmed the car and everything they pulled out of there. Hell, I don't know. It's crazy, but I need a throat lozenge. I need some tea and honey. I'm in mod with 857, and they are hanging out down or doing all this. Wait, you mean the silver SUV? Yeah, that was Carlos's car. JLR pulled right up on him. I probably would have stuck there and waited and filmed them cleaning all the stuff out of the car. This makes sense. Get ready, JLR. You're probably going to get sued by these guys because I know exactly that they're going to say JLR's the one. Ooh, that was a hacker there. Yeah, they produced it really quickly. Yeah, well, you don't know. Whew. That was a tasty one. Tasty Eddie. The Tweety Teety Sticky. The icky stickies of all the icky and the sticky wikis. I ain't talking about John Wiki. Well, all right there, folks. You sleuths out there, get to sleuthing. I think we pretty much know exactly, though, what's going on. They are villainizing him, and it's unfair. Well, like I said, folks, when you come across a crime and you know the people that have done something very bad and you're constantly talking to them, whatever, then you become suspect in a case. So did they have the right to go through? Well, if you listen to what the FBI and police and everybody tells America what they do, we start with family, friends, husbands, wife, their friends. So as soon as this happened, if you were real good friends with Thomas and his family or whatever, and the one daughter or whatever, you were automatically being looked at suspect. They should have known that. If I'm hanging out all the time and my neighbor off somebody, and I'm always hanging out with my neighbor, and I don't know about it, but I'm always hanging out over at the neighbor's house, what are the police going to think? Well, they're going to think I'm affiliated with it somehow. Right? So what happens? Well, they start questioning me because I'm always over at the dude's house. Right? And that's part of it. They should know that. I mean, how long have they been living in the United States? They are from the United States, right? Let me guess. We're going to hear that one of these people or two of them are illegals. I don't know. They speak pretty good English. Good night, Kel. Thanks for all the information and hanging out. What a great night. And you don't need to tell me a sob story. You said if I play guitar, you'll tell me a sob story. What? What sob story? I don't want to hear any sob story. Why do I want to be sad? But these guys are making all this stuff up in these news. I wouldn't doubt it if that might be an article, a news channel, or a magazine connected to music. Right? Didn't they put out an album where they signed? I mean, this could get... There might be other things in the act, and this might be covered up. Why? Well, because now higher ups are involved. Maybe music, maybe, who knows? They are acting like victims. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. They questioned me on it. Do you know the people that are, what happened? Yeah, well, do you know the people that they're questioning and looking at? Oh, yeah, we're great buddies. Well, then that's probably why they're questioning you. No, probably. Put two and two together. Even though these guys might be innocent, until proven guilty, anyone that lives in the United States, if your family member comes up and they're investigating, they're going to investigate all your friends, family, and everything else. Cartels and you name it, So now they play the victim. How could these people do this to me? Now, keep in mind, Carlos hasn't got his phone back or been cleared. None of these people have been cleared. I don't even believe it when they came out and said the family's cleared. I don't think we've seen that. in other cases on YouTube. Oh, these people are cleared. Well, we thought you said they were cleared. Well, they were cleared. Or what did they say in the Delphi case? They were covered. They weren't cleared. Nobody's cleared. They were covered. So what did they mean? Well, nobody was cleared. They were covered, meaning maybe they were covering these people and checking them out or whatever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've been on here long enough. My throat's killing me. All this magic and throat magic and evil and these. Look at my cameras flickering like crazy. That is freezer spells that they're putting on me or whatever. Look at the little baby I'm babysitting. Look at the little. Why, she's all warm and cozy. She's stretching. Another little stretch. Here comes the belly roll. Come on, little one. Here she comes. No, she's comfortable. Sometimes she lays right on her back with her belly straight up. Just sleeps away. Yeah, I know. They're throwing all kinds of stuff at me tonight. Well, I haven't had the camera on too much, Kel. But here's another thing is my microphone's cutting out, my headphones cutting out, everything's cutting out. Yeah, I got the fireplace on. When I've turned the lights off and just had the fireplace, and she just lays around and chills. Not too much. All right. I want to thank everyone for watching. Be safe. And it's still an ongoing case. Nobody has actually been charged with the murders. Or with the if she's even murdered or kidnapped or anything. So it's still an ongoing case and being investigated. And watch it turn out it's someone totally different than we think. And if that's the case, as long as they get the right person. Thanks, Kel. No, I want all you folks to have a good night. God bless. God save us all, heal us all, break all these curses and spells, hexes and everything in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. I pray, amen, to heal us all from this sickness and these trespassers among us. We forgive them, but some of them might not be trespassers. They might be demons, Lord. So if you can bind these things that I cannot see, that are killing all of us, you and me, I ask you to bind them in Jesus' name. Set them aside. Of course, with the chains of dipped in Jesus' blood of Christ. I also ask you to look over all of us, our homes, our families, and cover us with the righteous blood of Christ. Amen. All glory goes to God. You folks have a good night. We'll be back.